Inside this box is the Ruko F11PRO 2, their new flagship model, offering us a budget drone that should give us so much. Now this new drone offers us so much good stuff, including a 3-axis brushless gimbal, meaning we should get that perfect stabilisation, 4K 30 frames per second, and again, they promise us excellent video quality. Not just that, it has a long range transmission, meaning it should fly for kilometre after kilometre, because they've also given us a long range battery. So we're going to put this budget drone through every single test possible and see exactly how good it is. It's now time to take it out of the case and give it a real well test. Make sure that you download the app first, because it has its own app just like all of these drone companies do. But we're going to put this through an 11 out of 10 test, giving you a long range test, a proper vision test, and of course trying to catch you some of those quick shots and action shots. Well, let's start here. Let's get it out of the case and see how long it takes to set it up and get it into the air. So first things first, let's just slide the battery into place, a nice firm click there, and now we just unfold it. As simple as this. Remove the actual gimbal cover itself, a nice firm click with that off, and to power it up, see on the back just here, all you do is you hold it once, hold it twice, you get the nice firm beep, pop it on the floor, to which that now moves us on to the remote itself, and it slides up here. You pop off the connector. I'm using an iPhone, so obviously I've already popped in that connector as well. Then your phone just simply slots into place, and then all you got to do is plug it in, and then to switch it on, same thing, press once, press twice, nice firm beep. Then on your phone itself, hit trust, pop in your PIN number to make sure that you're nice and secure. You can hear the beeping away because it's trying to connect to the drone itself. And there we go, we're now connected. Pop over to the app itself. Okay then, first flight. So we'll use the controller. So first flight, we'll slide across, get it to take off by itself. And there we go. Now, if you can see, look how rock solid that is in the air. There is very, very little movement whatsoever at all. So let's just fly this back. Let's select record, and let's just start off with a nice normal flight. Let's look at what the colours are like from the camera itself. So I'm going to look at it, you've got me directly in the image. I will swap straight to the actual footage you're getting off of the drone itself, and I'm going to fly it back. Now the remote control feels very familiar, and the drone is flying back really nicely, and then hopefully you'll get a really good look at the trees and things. Now just behind the remote itself, you can dip the gimbal slightly down and up. So I'm going to start dipping the gimbal down now, so you get a really good look at these trees and the skyline itself. How lovely is that? So looking at the controller itself while it's hovering up in the air, what you've got, you can see you've got a lovely amount of satellites at the top. This is looking at the phone screen itself. 97% power, 93% in the remote itself. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pan round so you kind of get that shot. Now I'm going to slightly touch the controller itself on the left hand side so it goes round nice and slowly, giving you that kind of pan-in shot. See if you can grab those kind of smoother shots as you're flying. But this feels very nice. It feels like a premium quality remote in the hand as well. And then what I'm going to do from here is I'm actually going to bring it back, and what we're going to do is we're going to do a distance actual test to see how far the range can actually go. Now even flying it back feels extremely nice and smooth as well. What I can see on the screen looks really good. The little digital display you can see at the bottom tells me how many meters away that it is, how fast it's traveling, that it's recording. It's also got all the satellite speed information as well, and GPS signal. So we've got it twice. So off of the remote, you've got another glance down giving you all that information, as well as on the actual phone screen itself. So the drone itself is right above my head as I speak. Okay, so I'm going to speed this up by pressing the speed button. You get sports gear, and in normal mode it's stable gear. So here we go, we're just going to fly straight out. I've got 89% battery left, and you can see it's a lot more rapid as well. So we're going to see what distance that we can get with 90% power, because these batteries claim to give us a decent amount of life. So we're flying pretty quick as well. So we're just about to hit 700 feet. Still going at a decent pace. 1,000 feet, give it a little bit of height now as well. So we're climbed up to just over 100 feet. We're 1,500 feet away. We're still perfectly connected. I have got no kind of jitter going in on the screen itself. It's still looking really, really good. So we are now hitting 400 feet away and it's still flying, absolutely flying. Still looking really good on the screen itself. Over 4,700 feet. 6,000 feet and I'm still getting really smooth transmission coming to this controller as we're flying over empty fields as far as we possibly can. Wow, 7,000 feet. 7,000 feet and it's still going. Now I'm getting a little bit blocky on the transmission at this point. You gotta remember, this isn't perfectly clear as well. We've got some wavy hills. That's 8,000 feet. That is an incredible, incredible distance. Now, if I lose transmission on this, it will automatically fly back. So you don't have to worry about any of that. So if you are flying around some rocky parts, some mountains, and you dip down or dip up and you do lose transmission, it will go up to the height that you've actually selected on here to go in if you turn off default, and it will come back and land where it took off. So no worries about losing transmission or any of that stuff. The drone will automatically come back. So we're about to hit 9,000 feet now. What is just madness. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to fly this up to 10,000 feet and then I'm going to hit the automatic return to home because this is still going, and the screen itself, I thought it was starting to give us a little bit of glitchiness and it's not. It's still giving me really good vision. So it needs to come back because that's an incredible distance away. So there we go, 10,000 feet away and I've still got connection. That every drone I've used using those kind of distances like this, I'd end up losing it, but this has still kept it. So let's hit the return to home, right? So it comes up with return to home at the top. It'll automatically turn around and fly back all by itself and land where it took off. So what we're going to check when it gets back to make sure it does land where it took off from. Let's see how close it is. Now I took off right on the edge of this road just here. So it'd be interesting. So we don't want to go too far to the left or too far to the right because we've got trees behind us as well. But let's see exactly where it lands when it gets back. Right, it's above us and it's now making its descent down. It's flown back all by itself. Let's see how accurate the landing is. Wow, look at that. Look at that for a landing. Pretty much spot on from the place it took off from. I'd say within half a foot. That's impressive. Okay, so currently on the screen, I've got 40% battery left. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna take off and try some quick shots. Then we'll finish this with the follow me action shot and see how good it is at following me and also following a car. And you could use this for a motorcycle, a cycle, for anything when you're out on your travels. But let's take it back off and let's check out exactly some of these features. Okay, selecting the arrow on the side, we've got loads of features here. We've got the GPS follow, we've got the fly around, we've got the route planning, we've got the split screen in case you want VR, and you've got night mode. Right, let's do a fly around. So it's taken off, it's moving back, and that's it, flying around by itself. So it flies up to a height, then it does a small circle. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to try just following me first. So GPS follow, I'm going to pop it onto there. Now what this is doing, it's actually following the remote control itself. So it's not following me. I'm not having to select a box like on many drones. You just get it out to a decent distance and it will then follow you perfectly. So if I'm walking along here like this, you'll see the drone will literally follow the remote. So if I pop the remote down here like this and walked along a little bit, you're going to get me walking out of shot. What's cool, because if you want to capture an action shot, how many times does it lose you as a person? Where instead it's following the remote control itself. So let's now jump in the car and let's see how well it does at tracking. So let's turn that off for a second. Let's get this into the right location that we want. Okay, so we're in shots. What I'm going to do is I'm going to select GPS follow from here. I'm going to pop this here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to see how well it tracks us. So if I was out driving, riding, trying to get that ultimate shot, look at that. How cool is that? It's doing an incredible job. So we're roughly doing 20 miles an hour here. We're going to take a turn to the left and we'll see how well it does, because it's got to fly up here. I mean, that could be game changing, especially for me vlogging, because I want to capture these shots. I don't necessarily want it right behind me the entire time. I want it to be able to capture the shots without any stress of it losing me. And now it just follows the GPS signal. How epic is that? Now it has a sensor in the bottom of the drone. Again, so if it gets too low, it should start getting higher again, taking away any of that stress. But yeah, look at that. That is absolutely epic. Let's slow down a little bit and let it catch us up, and then we'll bring it into land. There we go. That is epic. Right, let me bring it in. That's impressive stuff. Let's switch off the GPS tracking. It's off because I've used the controller. So if you have to stop it quickly, you can. I've got to say, that is impressive. Seriously impressive, but follow me. Well, the Ruko F11PRO 2 drone, it's been a pleasure. Do you know what? Straight out of the box, it was simple to set up, unfold, and get up in the air. The range, well, it flew further than I've ever expected a drone to go, to the point where I brought it back and I still had enough battery percentage to go and have some fun. That brings me on to those batteries. Again, batteries that actually do what they say on the tin. They last for ages. Between both batteries, I've done around an hour's worth of filming. I still have some percentage left in the first battery and nearly a full battery on the second one, meaning that I can go and film all that again. So when I'm out travel vlogging, this is going to go in my rucksack because it's the perfect one, isn't it? Big distance, big, awesome quality coming out of the camera to capture those epic action shots, and all for a crazy price point. Now you're probably thinking, what is the price of this drone? Well, do you know what? There's so many deals going on at the moment. I'm going to leave you the link down in the description so you can go and check it out for yourself, because I think you can look at this and go, wow, all of that for that price, 2 batteries, an incredible remote, the drone, carry case, everything I need to start filming my adventures is all there. So it's down in the description. Now, if you've enjoyed this video, please leave me a thumbs up. If you're going to purchase one, let us know in the comments how you're finding your F11PRO 2 drone. And most of all, if you're interested in tech, motorcycle content, riding, awesomeness to do with drones, then don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I will see you here on Helmet Head in the next episode. But I'm going to go and charge these batteries up, grab my motorcycle, and grab some epicness.
To